Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. So last year I made over $50,000 in passive income as a photographer, and today I'm going to show you step by step how you can build a website and do the exact same thing regardless of what creative business you're in. Now for me, over half of this passive income came from selling presets on my website evanramph.com. And in a minute I'm going to talk about why I think this preset sale that I did was so successful. But everything we're talking about today centers around those presets as an example, but you can take this concept and apply it to any digital product in the creative space. So if you're selling video LUTs, video transitions, Photoshop brush packs, courses, whatever it is that you're selling digitally, you can take everything in today's video and apply it to that. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Evan Ramph. I'm the founder of moderncreativemoney.com, and this YouTube channel is for photographers out there looking to explore ideas, make money with their camera, and live a better creative life. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Now, before we get into this tutorial, there's a few things I want to go over with you. The first is defining what exactly passive income is and defining some misconceptions people have about it. Passive income is really simple. It's essentially any money that you can make when you're not actively working on the thing that's making you money. So take me as an example, a photographer. Let's say I'm out working with a client or recording one of these YouTube videos for y'all, and someone goes to my website evanramph.com and purchases those presets. That purchase of those presets is a passive income sale because I'm actively working on something else. That is the simple explanation of what passive income is. It allows you to essentially be in two places at once, making money simultaneously. Now, a big misconception people have about passive income is that it's some type of magical thing. You can just, build a website and then all of a sudden orders are going to flow in. Some people might develop a business model that does this, but for the most part, most individuals are going to still need some type of marketing strategy for the digital product they're trying to sell, whether it's posting to Instagram frequently, posting to YouTube, making notes of it in the captions, showcasing it. In my case, the business model that I use is I took the time to create the presets. I spent months developing them. Then I took a lot of time to build the website, and I took a lot of time to build all the tutorials and the assets involved with this preset pack. And now every time I post a YouTube video, I make sure to include the formulas that people can use with the preset pack to replicate my edits. So there's extra work involved with every YouTube video and every Instagram post to show the formulas of how I did my edits to give people more value. That is the extra work, but that is the promotional strategy for those presets. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is the strategy involved with creating a successful digital product versus a not successful digital product. And it all comes down to solving problems and you providing the answer to the problem that people have questions about. So think to yourself, what is it that I do that I'm a specialist in? What answer to a problem do you have? And this is why a lot of people fail with digital products, is because they're offering an answer that is already in abundance on the internet. People with a very basic editing style or a very basic knowledge of video or social media or whatever it is they're trying to sell will go out, create a digital product, and wonder, why am I not making sales on this? The answer is because you can just go to YouTube and get the answers for free. Now, the fourth thing that I want to talk about is understanding how value can dictate the success of your digital product. When you're creating a digital product, you want to think to yourself, how do I provide someone with as much long-term value as possible? If they buy this today, how long can they use this thing for? And in my case with my presets, one way I provided long-term value to my customers was always putting those formulas in my YouTube videos and on my social media. So if someone bought my presets a year ago, today they can be following me and still get new editing inspiration and ideas. And another way that I provided them with value was I recently updated my presets and I sent everyone an email giving them instructions on how to get the update for free. So they purchased the presets a year ago, now they got the new updated version free of cost. That is a long-term value proposition. So the money they spent a year ago is still doing something for them today. And I've done the same thing with my course on moderncreativemoney.com. People who bought the initial course now get an updated version in April when we relaunch, and then when we relaunch again in the summer, they're going to get updates once again. I want people to make a purchase and be able to get something out of this for a long time. I don't want my digital products to just be a quick cash grab where someone buys it, they use it a little bit, and then they're done. That is not how you build a long-term customer. So always think to yourself, what can I do with this thing that I'm creating to provide the most value to people in the long term? And the more value you give in the long run, the more successful your product is going to be, because people are much more likely to buy something they feel they can get long-term use out of. So with all that out of the way, let's jump into Squarespace and let's create this trial site. Now, everything I'm doing with this trial site is the same thing that I've done on evanramph.com. I'm just condensing it down into an under 20-minute tutorial, so this website is going to be very basic. This is just like the bare bones of creating an online store, but it's going to give you everything you need. But I do recommend you fill in these templates a little bit more and customize them a little bit more to your own personal brand. But if you just simply want a platform to sell a digital product, this is how you are going to do it using Squarespace. And Squarespace is sponsoring this video, so you can go to squarespace.com/EvanRamp to start your free trial, follow along with me, build your trial website, and then when you're ready to sign up and send your site live, you can use code EvanRamp to save 10%. That's squarespace.com/EvanRamp. Start that free trial, follow along with me, and then when you're ready to sign up, you can use code EvanRamp to save 10%. So let's jump into Squarespace and let's build this website so you can start making passive income today. So from the Squarespace homepage, you're going to click on Get Started right here, and it's going to take you to all their templates. They have so many templates for everything you can think of. Some of the topics include art and design, photography, health and beauty, fashion, food, entertainment, travel, everything. And the types of templates they have are online store, portfolio, membership, blog, scheduling, one page. Today, we are going to go with online store because we're trying to sell something. So it's going to filter down all the templates to everything that has an online store component. And it can be a little bit overwhelming going through all these templates. So what I recommend doing is clicking on preview for one that you like, and you can scroll through the page and see if there are elements to this template that you think will work good with whatever it is you're trying to do. I personally love the way this arcade template looks. It looks rad. But for now, we are going to scroll down to this template called Singularity. So we'll click on preview for this, and I like this template a lot because it's very minimal yet very bold, and I think there's a lot we can do with this template for our online store quickly. One of the main reasons being the fact that there is already a shop button and page built into the home page on this template, so it's going to be really easy to edit this to exactly what we need. So we're going to go ahead and click on start with this design. So once you do that, you're going to be prompted to name your Squarespace site. We're going to go ahead and name this one Evan Ramp Presets. You can name it whatever you want. Your site name is going to appear up here on the template, so you want to make sure that it's relevant to whatever you're trying to sell. Just don't name it test or something like that. You can always go in and change it after the fact, but it's just one less step if you give it the right name from the start. We'll go ahead and click on Get Started, and now the template appears. On this side over here, you're going to have this Assistance tab. This is going to help you answer any questions you have about designing your site, how to add a logo, how to add and delete pages, changes to font and color, add images. Everything you need will be over here, but for now, we're going to hit the X button just so we have extra room to edit our template. So next up, we're going to click on Edit right here, and we're going to start making changes to our site. So the first thing we're going to do is change this text box. We're going to go ahead and click on it once so we can highlight everything in there. We're going to delete it. We are going to paste in some text from my website, evanramp.com, just a quick summary of what these presets are all about. Click this button up here to center it, and now that box is changed. So next up, we are going to go ahead and change this text that's sliding across the screen right here. To do that, we're going to click out of this box just so I can show you one time, and we're going to click in this box, and we're going to click the pencil button, and we're going to go to the text right here that says Singularity, and we are going to delete that and change it to Evan, E-V-A-N, Rampt. Cool. So now Evan Rampt is scrolling across the screen, and I love that about this template. That looks super rad. Look at that. So next we're going to go ahead and replace these mountains right here. And to do that, I'm going to open up Photoshop real quick. In Photoshop, I'm going to go to, let's see, rotate image. I'm going to flip it horizontally because the mountains on our template are on the left side, so I want me to be on the left side here. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is take the magic wand tool, hit select subject right here. I'm going to go ahead and unlock this, and I'm going to go ahead and select the inverse, hit delete, and delete all of that. So we'll deselect it, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this part right here as well. Now we've removed all of the background from this image. So let's go ahead and deselect that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to a black and white photo. So to do that, I think I have one. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to change this to black and white. We can adjust the tones of everything a little bit. We're going to go with that Steve Jobs Apple look right here. Drop down these blues a little bit, make some quick adjustments here. I don't want to spend too much time on this, so we'll go ahead and just call this done, even though I could probably do more. Now this is an important step if you want to replicate the look of this template, because you have to have a transparent background. So what you're going to do is go to File, Export as PNG. So the background is going to be transparent. I've already exported this twice, but I'm going to go ahead and export one more. We will call this website PNG 5. Let's go ahead and click save, and let's jump back to our website. Now we're going to click on this image box right here. We're going to click the pencil once again. We're we're going to hit the trash can. We're going to click on this plus sign right here and click upload file. From here, we're going to click on that PNG file that we just saved, click upload. We're going to let it load into our template. So there we go. Just like that, that picture is added into our template with the text scrolling behind me, and we didn't have to do anything with the backdrop because we removed it in Photoshop. So let's go ahead and save this now. So now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to map our home page. We're going to go ahead and click on pages right here and see how homepage is not linked. We're going to grab this, drag it into our main navigation, and now we'll get a homepage pop up here. There, as you can see, now people can navigate back to the home page on your site. And we're going to go ahead and delete this events page. Even though I recommend filling in these pages and making them your own, we're going to go ahead and get rid of it for the sake of today's demonstration. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of this merch page as well, just leaving us with the home page. Now we're going to click on edit, and we're going to go into this home page, and we're going to make some changes to simplify this. Now, like I already mentioned, I recommend going through these templates and making them your own, but we're not going to do that today because we're trying to do this quick. So this waitlist we can get rid of, but what I would recommend doing is scrolling this down to lower on your page and changing it to a subscribe, adding a quick little mention here like, hey, we send emails twice a year, and mapping this to some type of storage so you have access to everyone's email addresses so you can send them updates on whatever it is you're selling. I had to do this recently when I upgraded my presets. I sent an email to everyone who bought the presets and I gave them the upgrade for free. That's something I would not have been able to do if I wasn't capturing people's emails. So I recommend customizing each piece of the template, but like I said, for today's example, we're going to keep it fast. So we're going to go ahead and remove this section up here. This is something I would turn into maybe an about me featuring a quick bio with some photos, but today we're going to go ahead and get rid of it. And this bottom section I think looks really cool. There's a lot you could do with it. I like this slider right here, but we're going to remove it because it's not essential to selling presets at our online store. We are going to go ahead and leave this right here. We're going to come back and customize it a little bit later, but right now our site has two main sections. So the next thing we have to do is go ahead and edit our footer. So we're going to go in and click in this text box, and we are going to backspace out that infinity, but we can leave 2023. I think that looks pretty cool. You can leave made by Squarespace also. Let's scroll up to the top of the site. Let's go ahead and click on edit site header. Like I said, I recommend having some type of subscribe button on your page to capture people's emails, but for today we're going to go ahead and get rid of this join waitlist. To show you one more time, let's click on edit site header. Let's go to elements right here. Let's toggle this button off that says join the waitlist. We toggle that off, and now it is gone, and our site is looking pretty good. We're going to have to make a few changes to it a little bit later on, but for now, let's go ahead and click save. So now at this point, we're ready to add our store page. So what we're going to do is click on pages. We're going to click this plus sign right here, and we are going to add a store page. Now you're going to have two store options. We're going to go with store number 2. It is going to default to the name store number 2, but we are going to change it to presets. Now once we do that, you're going to click this button right here, and it's going to take you to our preset page. Now something that I like to do is click back and click this gearbox on the preset page and make sure the navigation title is preset and the URL slug is preset, which it is. Now we can click this arrow and go back to that preset page. Now we're going to go ahead and delete all the products that came with this template. You can click and highlight all of them and bulk delete them, but I want to just show you how to do it manually as well. So let's click the 3 dots on each one of these and get them out of our template. So now we have no products in our store, making room for us to add our product, which is our preset. So let's go ahead and click on add product right here, and let's do digital download. Now once we've done this, we need to jump into Lightroom, and you need to export the presets that you're selling if you have not done so yet. So once you jump into Lightroom, you'll see your presets over here. All you do is right click and you click on export group, and you can export the group, which I have saved over here in my documents. Now with my presets, I have all the preset files as well as raw files people can edit, as well as 8 tutorials that I've linked to YouTube videos, so people can click on this text file right here and they get the links to all the tutorials. But you don't have to do that. It's just something I do to give my customers the most value possible. And then there is an introduction video. So once you have everything that you need inside of the folder that you are going to be giving to people who purchase your presets, you're going to go ahead and highlight them, right click, and go to compress. So click this compress right here. That is going to turn your preset file with everything that you're giving to your user into a compressed zip file. So now when we jump back to our digital product right here, the first thing we're going to do is upload that file that we just compressed. This is the file that people will be getting when they download your presets. So when they make a purchase, they will have the option to download this immediately, and they will get an email with this download link. Next thing you can do is set your price, whatever you want to sell it for, $44.99, whatever it's going to be. You can set that price. Now we can go up to the product name and description, which you can fill in on your own. We'll just call these, for test purposes, Evan Ranft presets. Let's do that, and you can fill in your description however you want. The description for these on my website is over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste those in. This is how I recommend doing a description, making sure you tell people exactly what the product is about, tell them everything they're going to get: 25 presets, 45 modifiers, 8 tutorials, 5 raw files, break down what everything is, give them information on how to install them, mobile facts, anything that you think a customer will need, include it in that description. Now we're going to go ahead and add our images. Now I'm going to add a thumbnail image by clicking upload file, and I'm going to go to a folder that I've already created that has this thumbnail that I made in Photoshop. So we're going to go ahead and add that in there. So next thing I'm going to do is click on additional info right here. This allows me to add different Squarespace blocks to my sales page. So what I'm going to do is highlight over this text block, and I'm going to click this plus sign right here, and I'm going to select gallery. And from here, I'm going to click on upload media, click on upload images, and I'm going to highlight all the example photos that I have saved in that folder. So let's go ahead and upload these. This might take a second. All right, so now everything is loaded in. We're going to go up here and click on design, and we're going to edit the design on this a little bit. We can change the padding between the images. I think that looks okay, so we'll go ahead and click out of that. Now we're going to go ahead and delete this text line right here that came as a default. We don't need that. And we're going to click this plus sign one more time, and we are going to drop in an embedded link. So this is going to link to a YouTube video. I have the link right here. This is a tutorial that people will get for free. I highly recommend creating something like this for your page, so if you're selling presets, people can get an idea of how they work before they buy them. So we'll go ahead and add that in there. Now we are going to add another one of these embedded right here. I created like a quick little commercial type video, which is also as a YouTube link. We have that linked right here, so we'll go ahead and highlight this, Command C. We will paste this in, and there we go. So now we have all three of our elements in here. What I'm going to do is slide the pictures above the tutorials, and I'm going to jump back in here, and I'm actually going to edit this gallery a little bit by clicking on it and clicking the pencil tool right there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the rows to have 10 items per row. So we'll click apply on that. So now we have everything good to go. We can go up here and click on publish, and now our product will be published on our page. So let's see if it pops up. So it looks good. Our product is there. Let's go ahead and click on this, and it looks like we're having the first issue with this template, which is the fact that none of our text is visible. So what we're going to do is click on design right here. We're going to go to site style. We're going to click on color, and now we can click on one of these, and this is going to allow us to select all the areas that don't look like they are the appropriate colors. So it looks like the breadcrumb navigation up here. Let's change that to white, see if it does anything. It changes that to white. Maybe you don't want that there. You can change it back to black. It's up to you. It looks like this title right here needs to be changed to white. So let's go ahead and do that. Looks like this subtext for the price needs to be changed to white, and it looks like our description also needs to be changed to white. So let's check that out. That is looking pretty good. Anything else that looks like it needs to be changed? It looks like all the information that needs to be there is there, and it looks like that text is going pretty far below this thumbnail picture, and it makes it so the user has to scroll quite a bit to get down to all of our examples. So I'm going to think of a way to change this really quick. I think what I could do is take this information right here and cut it down into a text tab. So what I'm going to do is click edit, go to edit product, and I'm going to take our description right here, and I'm going to highlight all of this. So let's highlight all of that. Let's Command C it. Let's delete it. Let's click additional info, and under our photos, let's add in some text right here, and let's paste this text in. That's a little bit small, so let's adjust this to paragraph maybe 3. I don't know. Let's see. Let's adjust that to paragraph 3. No, that's too small. Let's adjust it to paragraph 1. That's a little bit small. Let's adjust it to header 4. That looks a little bit surgical. Let's try 3, header 3. Let's see how that looks. So let's go ahead and apply this to the site. Let's go ahead and save it, and let's jump back into our product page and see what that's looking like. As you can tell, now we get down to the pictures much faster. Here we go. That looks amazing. Notice how all the text is popping up as they scroll, forcing them to scroll down the page, and then they get to the tutorials at the bottom. I really love the way that looks. I think it makes the page run much cleaner. So that's something that you can try out. Also, it looks like if we click on these gallery images that they don't pop up. So we need to jump back to edit product one more time. We need to click on this gallery, click on the pencil tool, go to design, and we need to do Lightbox, and we need to have links open in a new window. Let's go ahead and apply that, and let's go ahead and save it and check our product page one last time. There we go, and perfect. So now everyone can see the examples that we've created. One more thing I want to do here is I want to add a note saying scroll down to see what you get with the preset pack. So we're going to edit this product one last time, and let's say scroll for more info. So there we go. After adding that note, that will let people know to scroll down the page to get more. Let's go ahead and save it. And I think our product page is now complete. Let's double check it one more time. Yeah, there we go. Everything is looking really, really good here. So we'll leave that alone, and let's jump back to our home page. So now that we're back on the home page, we are going to click on edit one more time, and now we are on to the final phase of this edit. We have to change this block down here from shop the presale to shop presets. So we are going to click on that. We're going to highlight, and we're going to change this to presets. You can add whatever you want down here. I'm just going to say Evan Ranft 2023 presets. There we go. And we need to change this image. So we are going to click this pencil tool. We are going to click replace, and we're going to choose a file from our library, and we're going to pick that thumbnail picture that we uploaded earlier. Click on that. Let's click add right there. Perfect. There it is. Now this buy now button needs to be mapped to our preset page. So we're going to click on this. We're going to click that pencil button, and we're going to link it to presets. There we go. Perfect. So there we go, and let's go ahead and save this now. Let's check our site real quick, make sure everything is navigating properly. It's looking pretty good right there. Scroll down, you get those shop presets. I would definitely add more information here and spice this up a little bit, but y'all know the nature of today's video is to keep things simple. Let's click this buy now button, and it takes us to our preset page where people can click, and now they go to that product page, which they can add to cart. Once added to cart, their cart is up there clearly labeled 1, and now the product is in their cart and they can check out. Now, this is all you got to do to design your page. There are some other things that you need to do to get your page live, which I will talk about in a second. But now that you have your site built, you can click on subscribe here, and you can save 10% using code EvanRanft at checkout when you send your site live. So there we go. That's everything you need to know to build an online store to sell digital products using Squarespace. Remember, you can follow along with that tutorial at squarespace.com/EvanRanft to start a free trial, and then you can use code EvanRanft to save 10% when it's time to sign up and send your site live. Now, one more thing you're going to have to do before you finalize your site is make sure you set up a payment processor and link that payment processor to your website. For me, I use Stripe, but there are a bunch of options that Squarespace lists for you, and they walk you through it. When you sign up for Stripe, you now have a payment processing system, so when someone buys the digital products from your site, they can run the credit card, the money goes to Stripe, and then Stripe will deposit it in your bank account. That's something you can look into on your own. Squarespace has a bunch of prompts to help you through it, and they won't let you send the site live and sell products until you do that. But that's everything that we had to go over today. Thank you for watching this one. If you enjoy these more in-depth tutorials, hit the thumbs up button for me and subscribe if you are not yet. I will catch y'all next time, and big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video.